Hello there, my name is R.D. Worth, or Rob. This is a historical game I started a few days ago, actually. I did record a video for the first and second seasons, but unfortunately they did not turn out properly. Anyway, we're going to try it again here. As you can see, we took over the New York Highlanders in 1903 after they moved over from Baltimore. I don't know a lot about historical games. I'm a fictional guy as well as the modern MLB thingy. But the first 2 years we were terrible, as you can see here in our team history. Sorry, my dog is driving me nuts. So the first 2 years we took them over 58 and 82, got a little better in year 2, and last year we actually won the World Series. So who knew? But we did it. And so yeah, we'll just go through the team here really quick. Like I said, I apologize for my small screen here. It's a very small laptop. But anyway, here we go. This is our team. Not great. Actually, I'm going to go and meet the team here. So as you can see, we don't have a terrible team. No one really sticks out. I think last year winning the World Series was pretty crazy. But we did. Made a couple of nice moves here. As you can see, let me see here. Transactions history. He was our first round pick. There's that bug again. Anyway. So in our first year, we traded away Willie Keeler, who was our leading hit guy. And we got a couple of good guys for him, actually. Jim Delahanty, George Moriarty, and Jack Dosher. George Moriarty is turning out to be quite the stud, as you can see. Really fast guy. And he's at the top of our lineup. 69 steals last year, led the league. He batted .277. So he was good. And yeah, so Willie Keeler, he's in Chicago now. He's, in real life, one of the best best hitters in history, I guess you could say. But yeah, so we'll go from there. As you can see, we just started our fourth year with the New York Highlanders, and yeah, as you can see, we're not doing very well. 4 and 10. There you see our reserve rosters. The real minors don't come in until 1919, so that's why there's just reserve rosters for now. But yeah, it's very interesting to play this stuff. We don't know any of these players, but anyway, let's sim for the next month here. Well, Ernie Courtney, he's not very good. I've been actually looking to deal him. 31-year-old's contact's just 25. Put him on the block. He's batting only $1.71 this year, so I'm not even going to worry about putting him on a DL. He's only up for 1 week. Charlie O'Leary got another tough season. See, this is what I'm talking about. These two guys, just terrible. You can play shortstop. You got all right, but you're not very good either. Let's just delete these messages first. Anything in here? Nothing really there. Delete that. So 7-14 now. Pitching's not doing well. Tannehill, who was third in Cy Young or top pitcher voting last year, is having a rough go. He's 31. He might be at the end of his career. This guy here, I traded for him last season at the deadline, and he only went a game over 500 for us. But in the postseason last year, as you can see here, career postseason, 2-0 with a .5 ERA in the World Series last year, and he was the World Series MVP. Reason we won the World Series, if you ask me. Great pickup for us. Like I said, he's not very highly rated, really. But yeah, he's alright. One thing I try not to do is check the real life stats, but this guy's I did, and I noticed he wasn't that great in real life. But anyway, he's turned out to be quite a find for us and have a pretty good year this year, but only 2-4 record with that 1.87 ERA. But that's because our offense is not doing very much. Anyway, I don't think we need to change much here because there's nothing. We don't really have anybody to change. Del Howard, he was our first round pick a couple years ago. So yeah, let's go to the next video here. We will go to the end of May. Oh geez, tough go. Well, there we go, we're starting to win a few now. And our best player is able to come off the DL. So that's always good. He is our number 3 hitter, has been for the last few years. He's going to be our number 3 hitter again. I come in the 2 spot. Alright, so we are on June 1st now. 10 straight wins. Gets us back to 21-21. And we got our best player back. So, yeah. Player development. This is a guy I just drafted last year. 4th rounder. He's probably not going to amount to anything. Harry Howell started off in the bullpen a couple years ago. He's been really, really good since we moved him into the rotation. This is another guy we drafted last year. Wow, that's pretty good. His control's not great. He was pretty good in spring training. Actually, we started him off in the rotation in spring training to see how he'd do, and he did pretty decent. Alright, nothing else there. Oh, apologize. Okay, so McCormick takes the best bats, so our player there wins the best bat. He's batting .350 this year. Jake Beckley in Cincinnati, Bill Deneen of Boston, and Chappie McFarland. Some of these names are just awesome. 78. Why is that such a high number? This is the stuff that bugs me. Is these numbers are so high sometimes. I guess because they didn't really have numbers back then. But anyway, so we go to June 1st here. We'll check our everything we need to check. Our rotation is starting to really pan out pretty good. He's still struggling though. I think we're gonna move him down to the 4 spot. And like no real relief pitching back then. I usually didn't even let the starters come in relief. Alrighty here. For McFarland, really struggling, just 229. Bruce McCormick, he's been, well, 350. Yeah, he's been good. Wakefield was our first rounder or second rounder last year, 2 years ago. Jimmy Williams is our prototypical best hitter, at least has been the last 3 years. Struggling a bit this year. Armbruster. Well, he's batting .328. Wow, look at that discipline. Okay. He might go in for Lefty Davis, actually. On Lefty Davis batting .302. We're not going to take him out yet. Jim Delahanty was an admiral replacement for Jimmy Williams. Alright, I don't think there's much I want to change here. These guys are hitting pretty good. So we'll just leave that the way it is, and we will play to the end of June, I guess. You know, we keep winning. In 4 games of the first now, and we lose McFarland for 3 weeks. I'm gonna call anybody up here. I don't think we need to call anybody up. We got lots of players. So I think Wakefield's going to move up a spot. And I think we're going to put in Rip Cannell at 327. Left field. Power 40, power 40, power 40, so that's okay. Who's a lefty? I don't think it really matters back in the day who was, what they played. I think he's going to pop in there again in left field. Alright, so where are we at now? June 13th, we are 29 and 25. 5 games out. It'll take us to July 1st. We're 6 games out. So a pretty good June as well as a good May. Puts us 32 and 23 in the last 2 months to get us, I guess, within striking distance of the division. Now I had this guy here. I started this off, finished the first season, totally tanked it, lost 90 games. And then I traded for this guy from Cincinnati, and I put him in my rotation. And then when I went to the off season after the World Series in my first year, the game went kaput. So I had to replay my whole first season again, and I couldn't trade for him that time. I tried, but I don't know if the ratings were just different slightly. But I wasn't able to get him again, and I really wanted to get him because he's quite the pitcher. Although last year he didn't have a very good year, but nothing really happening here. This guy building, I had him in an old one when I did a random debut. He was pretty good. Yeah, he's been, this guy's, I tell you, he's been what a pickup, what a trade. Like, who did I trade for him anyway? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, Wig Conroy was the big guy. He was a 3-star shortstop we had. And that's when I started looking for a shortstop. But it just wasn't hitting well for me. He was only hitting 256. He wasn't happy. So we got rid of him. Barney Wolf was our 5th-star, 4th-starter. His ratings had just dropped. I mean, he had a pretty good year in 1904 and then just kaput the next year. And then Dave Fultz was a guy who could kind of play everywhere. He was really good average-wise and limited amount of at-bats, but for some reason I just didn't have anywhere for him to go. So yeah, these guys are just throw-ins, but O'Leary's been, I don't think he's been terrible for us. No, last year he only hit 200, but this year he's been alright. And Big Jeff Pfeiffer, of course. So that's been a huge pickup for us, that Jeff Pfeiffer. Bender, yeah. Joe Kelly, he played for us, I think, before I took over. Yeah, he was with us for all these years. Alright, so, get this anything out here. Dutch Meyer, shortstop. I don't like that number. Too high for you. Sorry about this. I just, when they have high numbers, it's realistic. All these guys are pretty much single digits in the infield. Why are these numbers all taken? This is really annoying. There we go. Harry Niles, Harper named top hurler, Bender, Frank Laporte, Sox Seabold, Bob Rhodes. Alright, so 36, 33, July 1st. Jeff Pfeiffer is kicking some ass. .47 ERA. Harry Howell's pitching well too. Jack Chesbro's pitching well too. And Tannehill might be on his way out here. Or Tannehill might be on his way out here. Just hasn't had a good year. Okay, so I don't think there's not much to change, anything much to change there. Delma, he hasn't even pitched yet. Like I said, they don't use bullpens a lot. And as for hitters, Moriarty's hitting well, 298. Del Howard, 283. He's okay. Jimmy Williams is getting back up to his normal self at 298. Moose McCormick, 327. That's pretty darn good. Wakefield is holding his own at 275. Rip Cannell, who's the replacement for the guy who got hurt. I can't even think of his name off the top of my head. 294, I'll take that. Lefty Davis, 274, and Ernie Courtney is our terrible shortstop. He's hitting, actually I might put O'Leary in full time here. Armbruster's hitting 314, jeez. Jim Delahanty's having a good year too. His rating has gone up a little bit. Okay, anyway. Not going to change a whole lot. So, I will go to the middle of July here. See how close we are. Herm can come off now. But I might even put him back in the lineup. Rip Cannell's playing so good. Herm's only batting 227. You know what? I'm not. You can stay out for now. $3,000 hits. Wow. Not many of those back then. There's not many of those now, I guess. But anyway. I'm very excited by how the teams perform. Keep it going, and I have faith that you will surpass all expectations. I don't see an improvement. Yeah, I didn't get anybody. I'm happy with your performance. I'm happy with your performance in accomplishing the goals I set out for you, and I factor in our record and the bottom line. I'm very happy with your overall performance. I like it when you complete objectives I set up, but money and winning do come first. Well, whatever. Haha, you got traded again. That's funny. I guess they didn't have a spot for him either. Alright, so here we are, July 10th now, 41-36. We are 5 games out. We'll go a couple more days here. 8 games out, but Philadelphia seems to be running away with things, so we might not be able to get back in it. But, that being said, I'm not going to blow up this team here. Now we'll go to the deadline with that. Armbruster gets hurt, so that means Herm, you're gonna go back in there against lefties anyway. How's Cannell doing? 277. Oh, he's picked it up. He's 253 now. Okay, he can come back in there, and then Rip. Oh, he's already in there. What on your right fielder? Trade proposal. That's the first one I've ever had in this series. What do you got here? Oh, they want Moriarty. Yeah, I don't think so, but we will discuss it, see if we can get anybody else, because I do need a shortstop. Oh, this guy's not very good. What else do you got there? Chief Bender, yeah. He's angry. Yeah, he's not angry at all. Even Weldon Henley's looks pretty good. Rube Waddell, they got a good team. These Philadelphia Athletics. Not sure why they might need a third baseman. Well, they do need a third baseman. So I'm not going to give you Moriarty. I'm sorry. But I will give you someone like this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe a Herm. Yeah, I know I need to add more, but that's just my opening guy. Yeah, no. Sorry, boys. We have a game over 500 now. It's kind of tanked it this month. 3 games under 500. So do we want to make a trade? It's a tough one. There's not many guys I want to get up, but I will go to the old shop the player screen here. I'm not going to give up you. I'm not going to give up you. I'm not going to give up you. Harry Howell, no. Wakefield, no. Jim Williams, no. You're still young. And Barry, no. Canal, I would be willing to give up you if I can get a better replacement. No, nobody wants something for you. Delhanty's another guy. You just haven't been able to put it all together for me. Wow. He used to be a really good starter a few years ago. Got back-to-back Cy Young awards a couple years ago. But it looks like he's getting up there in age. I think it's a ton of money for the era. But still, 10-7. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's pretty old. I don't really want him. And I don't think I'm going to get anyone for Herm because he's too old. Nope. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to do anything this trade deadline. I traded Professor last year. I don't want to give up any of these top tier guys. They're still in their 20s. And the guys that I would be willing to give up, they don't want. So, alright, we're going to go to August here. Oh, sorry about that. My dog's a little crazy sometimes. It's 4:30 in the morning here where I am, and it's just nuts. I work nights, so when I have a day off, it's tough to sleep through the night. I get up at like 2 in the morning. So, anyway. Alright, so we're through July. I had a rough go. It's a game of about 500 right now. We're pretty much not going to catch Philly, who seems to be running away with things. They're just a really good team. So we'll just play another month and see if anything happens. Yeah, there we go. We lose Tannehill for 10 months. He wasn't pitching well anyway, but this guy here was the guy I tried in the rotation in the spring training, and he pitched quite good. So we will do that, but we'll change it to always start high as rested, so he's not going to get the same amount of starts because he's a reliever. So that figures. Use him. Let's see how he does. This season's pretty much in the bag for us. I don't know how you got hurt if you're on a reserve roster. But anyway, we're going to keep going a little bit here, down to the 19th. And Herm's out again. Yeah, he's getting old and injury prone, that's for sure. But Harry Armbruster is able to come back, so really, it's alright. Bruno for Addy Joss. I remember him from the PBS baseball series by Ken Burns. 54 and 51 now. All these guys are really not playing terrible. I don't think they're worth really taking out, but 9 games back with 50 games left or so, 49. And now we're dropping. Now we're 500, around 500, 500. Looks like we're going to stay around 500. There we go, 400, 500 now. So September 1st is roster expansion. I don't know if it was back in 1906, but it is here, and I just kept it on. So there's nothing really going on here. Really, I don't think we won anything. And we're 59 and 63. Look at 0 and 5 with 2.38 ERA. Jeez. It's tough. Oh, they got no run support. All our stars ERAs are under 3. And we're 4 games under 500. Huh. Figures. Offensive problem. 267. Ernie Courtney's just up to 207. Jimmy Williams, 286. Yeah, it's nothing's really going for us here. Do we want to call any guys up here? I think we'll call up an extra pitcher or 2. This guy. And some of the young guys here. Take off starters in relief. And third catcher, maybe. I'm gonna get 3 catchers up there. This guy's just not panned out. You can see I cheated a little bit and saw his real life stats. For 1906, he hit 12 home runs. Back then in real life, that's nuts. I mean, I think the leader was like 14 or 15 before that in the season, and he hits 12, 2 different years there in 3-year stretch. But he just hasn't done it. Like, look at this. $153 and 124 bats, 089 and 45 bats. He's just not getting it, and OSA doesn't think he's really much better. So it's frustrating with a guy like that to just not be able to hit when in real life he did. But anyway, that's all. It's the only guy I'm going to bring up. And Charlie O'Leary is down to 214. So Del Howard can play short. So I want to get Tim Jordan a few bats here against righties to end the season, because we're not going to catch anybody. So Herm can come off now, but he's probably not going to go in the lineup. I want some of my younger guys to play here. Tim Jordan, 3 for 12. It's not bad. Gonzal's on fire. He can only play first base, though, of course. Herm, 232, just 1 home run. How the mighty have fallen. I'm probably going to let him go. Jim Delahanty, I'd like to get him some at bats. What else can he play? Well, he can play everywhere. He'll play third base too. George Moriarty can play third. I'm going to put him in center, because I know he can play center. And we're going to get Delahanty some at bats at third base. Oh, he's got 305. That's pretty good. Armbruster, 259. Yeah, we're gonna keep that both ways. Yeah, start of the week. Boiler Yard Clark retires. Jeez, nice. What the heck? Number 95. That's so stupid. I wish when they had historical games before the numbers, they'd either turn them off or they'd all be down in the lows numbers, like 1 to 20 or something like that for a team, because I hate seeing guys number 98. It drives me nuts. But anyway, I digress. Alright, so where are we now? September 15th. We are 12 games out, and we played 136, so we got 18 games left and 12 games out. I don't think we're going to do it. So with that, we're going to add a fifth guy to the rotation here. 25 stamina for back then, isn't it? 20. Here, Eels, 30 stamina. How's his? He's got 3 pitches. Sure, why not? We'll go to the end of the month. Courtney is out for 7 weeks. Doesn't really matter. I don't think you're even playing, were you? Nope. Well, we got up to 500. Over 500. Pretty good month. See what our month on here. 16 and 11. So you take out that 23 and 30 summer, switch it around, 14 game swing. We might have been in there. But we are not. We are 11 games back, officially eliminated. We only got 5 games left in the season. So we'll just, there's 150, 151, 152. Well, why the heck did they do that? They went and won all these games at the end of the year, went 5-0 in October. The last 10, they're 10-3. Now we're going to lose out on a good draft pick. Oh, what can you say? Anyway, it's some pretty good years from our starters. Some pretty good ERAs there. Although that's 6th best, 2.68 back then. Jeez. It was alright, actually. Just never in control, though. But yeah, playoffs begin tomorrow. Who's in the playoffs? Philadelphia, of course, and St. Louis. So Matt LaJoie leads the league in hitting again. I don't know if he led last year. No, he was the MVP a couple years ago. 2 years in a row. And Cincinnati star Jake Beckley wins the batting crown. Okay, so the World Series, Philadelphia and St. Louis. Neither have won. Oh no, St. Louis won. When did they win? I don't know. It must not have been the World Series though, because yeah, it must have been a different championship. So there's only been 3 World Series. Anyway, let's get this done and finish this video. It's been quite long. St. Louis goes up 1-0, 7-2, 2-0, 2-1. St. Louis takes the lead behind this guy, McFarland. Chappie McFarland. He's been a beast this series. 3-2. Game 6 will be tomorrow, and it'll be Chief Bender against Bob Wicker. Wow, 106 here, right? I would not want Chappie McFarland personally. Here, I mean, I guess you're up. You can save him for Game 7. And we will go to a Game 7, and it will be Chappie McFarland against Rube Waddell. So probably, if he wins this game, he's going to get the MVP of this World Series, and he does. But it's John Hummel, 12 for 30, 400 batting average. I still would have given it to Chappie McFarland. Look at that, .87. My goodness, he would have been my guy. All right, St. Louis wins the World Series, and we'll just quickly fast forward here to the off season. .38 out of 100. Robert, you can do better. You betcha I can. Season goals. I am unhappy with your performance. Darn. So we still got 6th budget now. That's pretty good. Player payroll is 10th. We got a lot of money to spend, but there's no free agents back then. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I know it was a little long. I apologize in advance for some of the audio and my speaking. Like I said, I've never done a video like this before, so I'll get better as I go. Yeah, so we'll see you guys next time for the 1907 season. All right, take it easy.